This lecture is on 18th century Scottish philosopher David Hume and his work of the Standard of Taste. Hume says aesthetic taste is a matter of sentiment and comes from inside ourselves. Beauty does not exist objectively, but certain qualities in objects produce aesthetic feelings. While there is a variety in taste among people, there are also commonalities we share with everyone when it comes to our internal faculties. Thus, we can judge certain art pieces to be good or bad based on the common aesthetic responses we share because of our internal commonalities. If a piece of art is judged by a true art critic to be beautiful, everyone will enjoy it except for those individuals who can't appreciate it due to a human organ being defective or some other obstruction. For example, envy and jealousy can diminish the enjoyment of a beautiful performance of a rival. Hume offers criteria for a true art critic. He says a true art critic must have strong sense, united to delicate sentiment, which is improved by practice, perfected by comparison, and cleared of all prejudice. Hume says such true art critics are rare. When someone's organs are so excellent that nothing escapes their senses, we have someone with a delicacy of taste. An example that Hume gives is someone tasting leather in the glass of wine they're drinking when there is a very small piece of leather at the bottom of the wine jug. This delicacy of taste is a perfection of the senses and is something always desirable. We can decipher those who have a good delicacy of taste by appealing to those standards of beauty that have been established by past nations and ages and observing if a person's taste conforms with those standards of beauty. Hume says you can improve your delicacy of taste by continuing to engage in a particular art. For example, repeated viewings of a play or symphony can give you the ability to more closely perceive the beauty and deficiencies of each part. First viewing cannot offer that. He says you cannot rate the quality of a work and assign it its proper rank among all other works unless you see and examine many pieces of art from different ages and nations. Without comparison to art from other places and eras, inferior works will seem better than they truly are. The critic must be free from prejudice and be focused on the art piece. A good critic places himself in the position of those who the work was intended for. For example, placing yourself in the position of a child for children's poetry. The good critic must put aside personal feelings, good or bad, for the artist when the art is intended for the general public. It's valuable to assess what the purpose of a piece of art is and how well it attains its purpose. Two variables that result in the difference in how much someone enjoys an artwork are difference in temperament and the particular opinions of a generation or country. Hume says a young man will be more moved by tender images, while an old man will take pleasure in philosophical reflection and moderation of passions. One person is more pleased by the sublime, while the other the tender due to age. While individual preferences are innocent and unavoidable, it's a mistake for a critic to praise one style of writing while condemn the rest. We tend to be more pleased with pictures and characters resembling our own generation and country. However, we shouldn't hold this preference against the author or art piece when evaluating it. Hume believes that immorality in an artwork of past ages can count against the quality of an art piece. However, Hume excuses theological errors when it comes to aesthetic judgment.